Alright, you guys, when we left off, I was telling y'all about what was supposed to be the beginning of my sophomore semester, and it kind of took a turn for what seemed to be the worst. So, you guys, we're about to dive back into that, and when I say it gets worse, it gets worse. So, just hold on to your seat, because, child. He had got somebody pregnant. Beautiful creatures, we're all flawed. Beautiful people, we're all flawed. Beautiful creatures. Is it a? This was the week of my birthday. Actually, the week before that, I had gone through so much with him, and this is me getting personal, but just to backtrack. And so, like, all this was going on, I was dealing with me not being able to get in school, and so then I was really hurt about that. And so then my birth month came. I was on birth control. I had been put on birth control because I had gotten cysts on my ovaries in high school, and so I remember I had got back on them when I started school, and of course they gave me a test, but I really didn't have to get a pap or anything like that for them to put me back on birth control. They just gave me a STD test screening or whatever like that, and of course it came back clear, and they put me on birth control. And so then I remember, like I said, that was at the beginning of my freshman year. So then it comes around to this when I was supposed to start. Since I'm not in school, I wasn't able to go back through the school to get my birth control. So I actually had to find a doctor, gynecologist. I'm sorry, not an OBGYN, because your girl was pregnant. So I ended up having to find an actual gynecologist. So I, got the gynecologist, and like, of course, for him to put me on birth control, I actually had to do an annual. And so I got my annual that year, and I remember it like plain as day, y'all. I'm sitting in the middle of my bed. Like I said, I'm already going through the fact that I'm not in school anymore. I'm already going through the fact of, at this time, I don't think me and the dude had fell off again, I want to say. But anyway, I get this call from my gynecologist. He's like, hey, is this, Evelyn? And I'm like, yes, this is me. And he was like, so I got your results back. And y'all, this man told me that I had an STI. And when he told me that, like, it really broke my heart, because I knew that I had only had sex with one person. And it tore me up, because I was just like, I had never gone through this before. This was nothing I had never had to experience. And so I was just like, why is this happening to me? What's going on? And so for the longest time, ain't nobody know that happened. And when I say for the longest time, nobody knew that happened, except for me and that dude. Because I kept it a secret. I hid it because I was embarrassed. I was hurt. And I just kept it a secret. And I was like, literally, like I said, this whole time I'm staying with my sister. So as I'm going through this, I'm literally lying to my sister about the stuff that I'm going through. Just making it seem like, hey, it's not as deep as what it is. And like I said, this was the 13th of October. My birthday was on the 21st. And so 8 days after that would be my birthday. The week of my birthday, I was kind of, feeling down, but trying to play it off. Because everybody knew I was upset about the fact that I wasn't going to be able to go to school. I had gained this new set of friends. And what it was my, the group of people that I was the leader over in the campus mission that I was part of, and my best friend Trey, because we came up in leadership together, and the group of guys that were under him. So I had girls, he had guys, of course, and like those girls and guys, we all were really close. We got really close, and we would come to the house together, and we would hang out together. We would be praying together. And I remember this particular day, me and my sister had gone somewhere, and they were already at the house waiting on us to get there. I remember we walked through the door, and my sister got the message that my SoulTie son, he had gotten sick, like really sick. And so my sister got the message, and I remember her telling me, and I came to the house, and I was like, y'all, just pray, just pray. And so I remember the week of my birthday, us going in all week. Like, we were praying all week. Like, that's how I brought my birthday in, praying. That particular year, and I was turning 20 that year. And as we were praying, God just ended up, he revealed a lot of stuff to me, and I ended up that year doing a conference called Get Well back in my hometown, because my hometown was going through a lot. Me and my friends, he laid it on our hearts to conduct this conference and to just touch some lives and bring some lives closer to God. I'll have to do a story time about that, but I just thought I'd mention it. And so, like I said, this is October, so October, November, December, this baby boy, he's in the hospital. And honestly, this whole time, I did not understand why I felt so hard about it, and I couldn't grasp the concept of why it was so hurtful for me. Like, I was like, this ain't my child, like, yeah, this the dude that I'm fooling with, child, but we not even together, In the process of that, this dude had gotten another girl pregnant, and so I was just really kind of hurt. And so during this whole time, y'all, I'm just like, okay, Jesus, okay, what is this? Why am I feeling so hurt? I was talking to, because of course, being that I was in campus ministry and I was leader, they had to set up to where the leaders had to meet with people too. And so I was meeting with the person that was supposed to be helping me, go through leadership. So it's just like kind of like this stepping stone. So like, my girls were here, and then I was here, I was over them, and then somebody was over me, so that I had somebody that I could connect to, that I could go to when I needed to vent or just to pour out to. And then she had somebody that she needed to go to, which was the campus pastors over the entire ministry or whatever. And so like, I was going to her, telling her about what I was going through. I was, telling her about stuff that I was going through, and talking to her about this particular situation with this guy and about his baby or whatever. Like, keep in mind that I'm telling y'all that I had told her about me going through the situation with this guy. Just keep that in the back of your head. And so the baby ended up passing away, and when the baby passed away, that is when I realized that I had some kind of connection to this guy that I did not understand. I did not understand what it was. I did not understand why the hold was so strong. And so I was going to the person that I was under in the campus mission. I was just like, I don't get it. I feel so tight. She was like, it's probably just your motherly instinct, or whatever like that. And I had heard about soul ties somewhere. And so once I went through that and I started to remember about me hearing about soul ties, that's when it kind of clicked, and the Lord was like, it's a soul tie. And so at that point, I started, like, I have a spiritual mentor. She's also my sister's best friend. Her name is Takara, and she's been with me all my life, because like I said, this is my sister's best friend, so she's been with me all my life. And so I began to call her and tell her about it, and she confirmed that it was a soul tie. And she was just kind of trying to talk me through it. And if you know me, then you know that I am a person that tries to deal with a lot of things on my own. So yes, I told her about it. Yes, I had gone to her for advice, but I was just really trying to figure it out on my own. And I had come to the point where I realized, like, I don't want to be tied to him like that. Like, yeah, he's cool. He's, he's not, well, he got decent characteristics. Like, he a cool person, but I don't want him like that. I don't want to want him like that. This is not who I see myself being with. And so, like, I think I ended up kind of trying to explain to him that I actually had a soul tie to him. And I don't really know if he really took it for what it was or what it was. What it wasn't or what it was. I don't really know. But, so the end of that year came, and I was just trying to figure it all out. And at this particular time, like I said, now this whole first semester that I was out of school, I did not have a job. And so January came, and I had applied for a couple of jobs, and I finally got a reply back. And so this was my very first job, and so I started working. I think I got hired like January 20th. I felt like I was having purpose again. The conference was in in December, and so for a long period I was on the spiritual high. And I had been on a spiritual high before because I had gone on a mission trip, and so I knew what it felt like to be on a spiritual high. But it was just a whole bunch of stuff that I was trying to figure out. And so, like I said, I was on the spiritual high. I was kind of trying to, the death of this baby affected me, and I was trying to figure out why was I affected so badly. And then I was, starting to realize that I had a soul tie and what that meant, and how frustrating it was for me to have a soul tie to this guy. And like I said, come January I get my first job, and so I'm starting to work there, and so I'm dealing with all this stuff, and still having these girls under me and having to help them do their stuff, and just dealing with this new set of people as I'm trying to figure out what this soul tie is and how to let it go. I'm just trying to figure it out, and it had, like I said, it was crazy because I had gone through a lot of stuff with this dude that wasn't even my dude. This was just supposed to be a dude that I just wanted to have sex with. That's how it started out. And so somewhere along the way, Trey ended up moving out, and the guy ended up moving in, and so he was always here. He was always around. Even before he moved in, he was, like I said, in and out of my life anyway, like, because of my stepbrother. And keep in mind that between December and January is when college students go home anyway. And so my stepbrother was back. And so, like I said, when my stepbrother came home, he came around even more. And so, like, he was here, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with this and what's going on, and just a lot of stuff. And at the same time, all this time I'm hiding it from my sister, and I'm just like going through all this by myself, and it was very overwhelming. And my second month working at my first job, I started talking to this guy, and that I'll save that, but I'm gonna mention it now because it's an important part. And so I started talking to this guy, and at first we were just really good friends. We were really talking, and he ended up being a big part. But anyway, and so I'll just stop right there. So yeah, I was just trying to figure it all out. And as I'm talking to this guy, he ends up, opening his home to me. And so I ended up, I was getting frustrated with my life. I was getting frustrated with my sister because my sister didn't know what was going on. And of course I couldn't get upset with her because she didn't know, because I wasn't telling anybody that I was struggling. And it was a lot. It was so heavy. And I was so frustrated, and I did not know what to do. And I was just like, I got to figure it out on my own. Because nobody was truly understanding how heavy it was. Like, I had really stopped talking to my spiritual mentor about it. But my particular mentor in the campus ministry, I kept telling her, I was like, this is not right. Something is wrong. I don't understand. I need help. I was telling her, I need help. And nothing. I was praying, I was fasting, and nothing was seeming to work. The only thing that I had was this friend that I developed at my new job, and just being able to go to him and go to his house that was the only escape I had, because like I said, my soul tie had moved into the house with me. And so my only way out, my only way was of escaping was to not be at home. Was going to him a lot of times. Because as it kept going, I started to move further and further away from the campus ministry. Because I realized there was just a lot of stuff going on, and that they weren't taking it serious. But I found out that they had actually, from my understanding, had been talking about it as if it was just me being sinful, as me just indulging because I wanted to indulge, and not in the aspect of that I have a soul tie and I'm trying to break it, and it's not breaking. And so as I begin to drift away from them, because I realized that they weren't taking me serious, and that it was church hurt is what it was. That's what I was starting to feel. I drifted away from them, and I drifted more into this guy, because he understood it for what it was, and he was just actually there for me. And what really ended up being the turning point for me, what really ended up being is when it all just finished. I remember this night, because it was the night of the 4th of July, and by this time me and the guy were actually in a relationship. The other guy, were in a relationship, and I was kind of upset with him because I wanted to go see him that day or whatever like that. But his brother was here, and his brother doesn't live here, and so he was trying to spend time with his brother. He really wasn't on his phone like that, and so when he wasn't replying, I was getting upset, because keep in mind, the house that I was in, my soul tie was there too. And so like I was trying to tell my boyfriend that, hey, he's here. I'm trying to leave. I don't want to be here no more. But I had my stepsister with me. Jesus. So like I said, my stepsister was here, and she actually got to watch me unfold that night. And so that night, like I said, I was already upset with my boyfriend. I was upset with him because I was just like, you were supposed to rescue me. You were supposed to get me away from him. You were supposed to get me away from him. And at this time, like I said, we were in this house, and he had the new baby with him, because he had gotten another girl pregnant. And so the new baby was with him in that time, and he was there at the house where I was, and I was trying to get to my boyfriend who was down the road. And so he did end up spending the night. He did end up staying at the house that night with us. But it was a full house, and I remember my sister was here. My stepbrothers were here. My stepsister was with me. And so she was in my room with me. She was sleeping with me. And I remember him texting me off of Snapchat. And I can't remember why he was texting me off of Snapchat that night, or what it was, or if I had blocked him or what it was, but he was texting me off of Snapchat. And so I was like, this weird, what you want? And so a couple of nights before that, he was here at the house, and he was sleeping on the couch, and he was like, come lay with me, or whatever like that. And like I said, at the time, my stepsister was in the room. And so like I ended up coming out here or whatever like that, because like literally he had such a strong of a pull on me. Like if he said something, I was like, would not even want to be. And so like I ended up coming out here with him, and I was with him that night. And so like that was a couple of days before this whole incident had happened. The same week, it was just like a few days before. And so like he was texting me, and he was saying something about what it was the girl, it was the female texting me. It wasn't even him texting me. And I realized this later on after all that had happened. But it was the female that was texting me, not him that was texting me. And basically what she was trying to get me to do was she was trying to figure out if we had sex that night. Because what he was telling me and what he was telling her were two different stories. He was telling me that was just his baby mama, that they weren't together, that he ain't really want to be with her like that. But that all they had was the child. But he was telling her something else. And so she had gotten his phone, and so she had text me or whatever like that. And so I guess when I wasn't giving her the answers that she wanted, she decided to add me. Oh, let me tell y'all something. It goes down on Snapchat, baby. It goes down on Snapchat. And so she had ended up texting me from her own Snapchat on Snapchat. And so she was like, this, whoop de whoop de whoop. And she was like, I know you've been sleeping with him, this, that, and the other. How you gonna sleep with him and he got a whole baby mama? First of all, what I need y'all to realize is just because you have a child with a person, that don't really mean anything, okay? So for you to call me disrespectful, it's a whole bunch of people out here that have children by other people that are not with the parent of the child. They're not together. So for her to be like, he got a baby mama. And I was like, well, second of all, you the second baby mama anyway. And so I was just like, I was really appalled because I was just like, girl, he telling me that he ain't even with you. So what is that? And so then, like, we was going back and forth, and she must have messed around and called me a B-word, y'all. And when she said that, your girl, one thing I do, don't be disrespectful. Do not be disrespectful. I ain't being disrespectful to you. From my understanding, he lied to the both of us, not being that I was trying to be with him anyway, but he was just making it seem like y'all went together. So don't be disrespectful with me. Don't get disrespectful, baby. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't get disrespectful. But she had gotten disrespectful and the girl had called me out my name. And when she did that, you guys, your girl lost it. Your girl lost it. I remember, y'all, it was like every bit of 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was every bit of 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, she done called me a B-word. And so when she did that, y'all, because at first I'm laying down in my bed, I'm texting because I'm still trying to figure out what was going on. And so I, like, for when she called me, when she do that, I hop up out my bed and I'm like, B, or whatever like that. Like I said, my stepsister, like, I'm telling her what's going on, but she really don't know what's going on. Like, and so when I hop up out the bed, she like, girl, hold on. And so I pulled, like, I click on, I'm like, click the light. And so we literally sit in my bed and I'm like, this girl done called me out my name, whatever like that. And so by this point, y'all, I done got rowdy. Y'all see how I sat up on this thing? Y'all, I was with the box. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's go. Because, y'all, but anyway, so she had called me a B-word or whatever like that. And I was like, bro, don't call me out my name. Because this ain't what you want. And so, like, she just kept going. She just kept going. And the female had mentioned the fact that, like I said, he had given me an STI, y'all. And she had mentioned it. She was like, yeah, you nasty. You done gave him a whoop. And I'm like, I can't get him something I ain't have in the first place. Like I said, you need to be checking him, not me. We just kept going at it. And so she was getting hyper, whatever like that. And keep in mind, she older than me. Because at the time, she might have been 2 years older than me. And so, well, she might be 2 years older than me or whatever like that. So, like when she called me a B-word, y'all, like, and she said it again. And like I said, we texting back and forth. And so the second time she says, I'm like, no. And so like I said, my stepbrother is here. And so I hop about my bed and I'm like banging on the door. And I'm like, you need to get up. Call your cousin. Get up. Because I'm calling him. He ain't answering my phone call. I'm like, get up. And I'm like, I'm waking up. And then by that time, my sister's like, what's going on? Y'all, literally, I done grabbed my shoes, threw my J's on my feet, threw some shorts on, and I got, because I sleep in a t-shirt, and I had my bra in my hand, y'all, and my stepsister is behind me. And so the thing about it was, I'm texting this girl, and I'm like, drop your location, because at this point, you got me messed up. My sister had left, because at the time, I didn't have a car. My sister left her keys in the kitchen. And so I remember what she had left, because I think I was in the car last is what it was. And so, y'all, I got my sports bra in my hand. I ain't even put my sports bra on yet. And I'm out the door, and my sister behind me. She like, what's going on? What we doing? I'm like, look, we finna go. Anyway, so, I'm like, drop your location to him and tell him to come get you, because I'm finna whoop her tail. Like, for real, we finna go. And so I'm texting this girl, and I'm like, where you at? And she's saying the street that she's on, but she's not sending her location. I'm like, send your location, send your location. And so as this time, as I wait for her to, cause like y'all, I'm ready, I'm with it. What's up? I'm at the end of my driveway yelling. I'm like, what's up? Why she ain't sending her location? Let's go. Cause at this point you got me messed up. Let's go. Let's go. Stop talking. Let's go. What's up? Drop your location. Let's go. Y'all, I was ready. I was with it that night. And so she would not drop her location. So my sister ended up coming out there. She ended up getting me. And my sister always rescuing people. But for real. So my sister come out, you need to calm down. You acting like this in front of your little sister. Why you letting this girl get this? And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I want to fight this girl. She didn't call me out my name. What's up? And she like, you know she know where you live at. Because the girl knew where I stayed. She know where I stayed. She had been in the house like I told you. She knew where I was. She said, if the girl really wanted to fight you, she would pull up. The girl, y'all, I could not get to that girl that day. I was so mad. I was so angry. And so in between the time that I was outside cutting up, apparently my stepbrother had gotten the dude on the phone. And apparently the whole time the dude was asleep. The girl hadn't got his phone and was on his phone texting me from his Snapchat or whatever like that. And so once he finally wakes up, I don't even know what I did with my phone, but when he finally wakes up, he's like, you know I want to talk to you like this, that, and the other. And by that time, I had to calm down. And I was just like, I don't know anything because at this point, you have lied to me. I don't know who you are anymore. And so, I remember I came back in the house after I had finally calmed down. And I went in my room. And it was just me and my stepsister. And I remember I was calling my boyfriend at the time. I was calling him and I was calling him and I was calling him. And he, of course, he was sleeping. When he sleep hard. Like, most of the time, his phone would be on the floor anyway. So, like, he slept hard. And so, I was calling him, and I was calling him, and I was like, I need you texting him. And he wasn't answering the phone. And so, my stepsister was sitting there, and I literally just broke down crying, y'all, because I realized just how angry I had gotten and how I had allowed this female and this dude to pull me out of my character and to take me there. And I realized that when she said the comment about me giving him an STI, it really affected me because I was just like, that's all I could keep replaying in my head was her saying it and the things that she had said about me. And how I had almost taken those things on, and I was just like, I was so hurt because I was just like, that wasn't me. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. And I remember the last thing I texted her was, she said something about me having sex with him because she said it again. And I was just like, I did not give that to him. I said, I can't give him anything that I don't have. I didn't give it to him. And I remember just going through the whole process and how at first he was trying to play me like he ain't had it. Because he was like, well, I know my girl clean or whatever like this, so I know you ain't get it from me or whatever. But the whole time I did. Because like I said, I was fine. Like I told y'all at the beginning of my freshman year, I had gone and they actually gave me a screening. And my screening came back clear. You know, before I had even got on birth control, so I knew I was fine. The only person I had sex with, you know, from the time I had got a screening was him. And so I was just like I said, I'm sitting here that night after all that stuff had happened. I'm just like, knowing it's not me, that's not me. It's not my character. That's not who I am. You know, I didn't give that to him. You know, I'm not this person that she says I am. You know, I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not all these things. And I just remember it tore me up. I was so hurt because I was trying my best to just hold on to the faith that I had. And I just remember thinking about all the stuff I had gone through and how I felt like nobody was listening. And I feel like the only thing that I had was my boyfriend at the time, and he understood, but what could he do? He could only do what he could. So I just remember just being like, that's not the type of person that I am. I'm not a homewrecker. I'm not some nasty girl that carries around diseases or anything like that. That's not me. I'm not an evil person. And I remember just being so hurt and so upset. And so, by this time, I hadn't really told my boyfriend everything that but he knew. He knew that I was struggling with something, and he still accepted me in spite of. And so, this particular night, when he finally did wake up, I remember me telling him everything that had happened, and just me being completely open with him, and him just being like, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's not who you are. You don't have to let that affect you. It's okay. We all make mistakes. And I'm just repeatedly saying it's okay. And my stepsister and them being the only two people that I feel like I had in that moment. And just be like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was so hurt because I was just like, what does a person do to deserve stuff like this, you know? Like, what had I done for all these people to just walk away from me and to be talking about me like I was just out here just in the world sinning, and just for this girl that I don't even know to just talk about my character so bad and she doesn't even know who I am, and then for this guy to even put me through stuff like this, you know? I'm not saying that I was innocent in the whole situation, but like, it was hard. And like I said, all the stuff that I had been dealing with, all the stuff that I had been going through over the past couple of months just like came crashing down on me. And it was at that point that I realized I didn't want anything else to do with him. And that I was over it. I was over the treatment. Just that I didn't want that anymore. I didn't want the connection anymore. And it took all of that just for the tie to be severed. And for anybody that has gone through a soul tie, that is going through a soul tie, you understand just how strong the pull is, how weak it makes you, how you feel like you have no control over what's going on around you, like you just at the beck and call of another person. And I honestly feel like deep down inside of me, he knew that he had this control over you. A lot of times, they know they had this type of control of you. These soul ties are the same things that have people staying in abusive relationships. They're the same things that people fall victim to them, and you know how you read about domestic violence cases to where people are killed. Sometimes you just like, why was she or why weren't they strong enough to just get up and leave them? And a lot of times it's because of a soul tie. And it was hurtful, but I'm kind of thankful that I went through the soul tie, because had I not gone through it firsthand, I wouldn't understand how strong the pull was. I wouldn't be a person that advocates so strongly for people who go through stuff like this, because I wouldn't know just how strong it was. And when I say it's powerful, it's powerful. The person that's going through it has to realize their own strength. And soul ties aren't always bad, but they're bad when you're connected to the wrong person. They're bad when the person that you're connected to realizes just how strong of a pull they have on you. And he knew that. I honestly feel like he knew that. And if he didn't, the devil did. And the devil knew just how to maneuver him in order to pull on me. And that's exactly what happened. And so, went through some things. I did. I went through some stuff. And it took me getting to that point to realize that I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not giving anybody the satisfaction to talk about me as if they know me. I'm not giving anybody the satisfaction to pull me, drag me is what I felt like I was getting dragged by this guy that I wasn't even in a relationship with. Like, honestly, it started off us having sex. That was it. That was all. I was done. I didn't want it. I didn't want it anymore. I had enough. But in the process of me realizing that I had enough of him, that what I had been doing in order to get away from him, in order to cope with him, had begun to become a routine, and they begin to affect me, and I honestly didn't realize just how they were affecting me, and how I had gotten used to doing those things, and those things weren't necessarily healthy. And so that is where I will leave you guys. And what I just told you is going to lead me into the last part of my story, the last part of this particular series. Like I said, those actions, those routines, those habits begin to pour out into the rest of my life. I'll just keep it as that. But yeah, that's it for the end of this story time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I just need you to know that if you are going through a soul tie right now, start praying, start fasting, start asking God to prepare you for the things that you're about to go through, just to be released from this thing. But most importantly, I need you to understand that you do have the power in you. You do have the power in you, and that it's not going to be easy. You're not alone. You're not crazy. It's real. It's real. And some people don't understand that. But I understand. I'm here to tell you that I went through it. And I was blessed for it to end the way it did, because it could have ended way worse. But yeah, we're going to get through it, you guys. I just pray that you guys continue to hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. Because you'll make it. You'll make it. But I'm going to end this video right here. And stay tuned for the next video. And let's get into it, y'all. Y'all got 2 more videos to see if we look like this. But that's okay. 2 more videos left in this series. So, yeah. Thank you for staying on this journey with me this far. And let's be healed together.